Timeout taken here by the Wizards. We saw Tobias Harris leave the game earlier for Philly with an ankle injury. He came back, he's all right, and now they're looking at Russell Westbrook down by Philly's bench.
Here he come. I'm gonna wait till you get right under there. Hold on, here we go.
Ankle, this hurt, man. Leaders.
Yeah, take that, motherfucker, yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, no, it ain't over. Here's some more. Take some of this shit. Ha, yeah. You fucking suck.
Man, what? Y'all just gonna let him do this? They can just do whatever the fuck they want now?
Oh, no, it ain't over. Let me get this. Pick this up.
Are y'all not seeing this? Y'all just gonna let him do this?
This lock on settings correct. Hold on, let me hit this button. I think this is help. Okay, all right. Fire.
What the fuck? Is that a Nikita missile? People actually own those? Ain't that from Metal Gear?
I don't know how they let me sneak this inside, but let me pick this thing up.
How the fuck did this nigga get an elephant in here?
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, take this. And this. And this. Take this. Here you go. Are you okay?
Basta, what?
Let's hope that this 20 years of training with Goken paid off.
Hey man, Paul,
nigga,
this
like
is some
that?
bullshit,
you
man.
Like that?
I'm sick of
Why
this.
don't you take that for your
This
ankle?
is the 89th time
Fuck
this
that.
is happening
You
to me,
suck.
man. I'm sick of
You
it.
suck.
I'm beating his ass. Fuck this. Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off me.
I drank all that carrot, ginger, turmeric juice and the immunity boost. Tastes like rusted nails, but I better be good for a couple months. For real. Because that shit is disgusting, man. It's weird because it starts to like get, what is it called when it gets poppy? Not poppy, but like soda-ish.
Wait, it was getting bubbly?
Yeah, what's that word called? Because I was saying it. I said, why is it
Carbonated.
Was I saying carbonated? No, I was using another.
Well, that's the term.
I know there's another one. Well, I forget.
What do you mean? So you've been drinking that juice so long that it became carbonated?
Bro, when I first...
You know that's the beginning of fermentation.
I don't know.
What?
What is that?
like the beginning stages of rotten.
Oh, hell. I'm gonna get sick again. Anyway, man.
When you're drinking some shit, like some fruit juice or something, like let's say you're drinking some cranberry juice and you let that shit just fucking, marinate.
Yeah.
For months, and you sip it and it tastes like soda. It's fermenting.
I mean,
it's no good.
It wasn't months though. It's only been maybe a week or whatever.
It's been.
We are back.
You've been sipping on that juice.
It's so nasty. I've been sipping it like this, and I was chasing it with the immune boost.
God.
And that shit tastes like prunes. Whatever, man. We are back. Oh my Charles. The podcast episode. What is this? 49. 50. We're gonna have to get crazy on. And you can introduce yourself. Who are you? Oh, that sounded like a commercial for an ad, or this is that cold, hard beer.
The cracking of a White Claw signifies the sound that another Oh My Charles podcast has started. I am
Hawk.
And I am the fermenting
Geese.
Come on. And like this nigga said, this is episode 49. Geese, hit him with that shit.
Yeah! Fermenting, yeah! Shit is elite.
Alright? My shit is B plus.
And if you need help, my nigga?
No! I was never gonna get this.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my Charles. It's fucking true. Taco cat spelled backwards is taco cat. Ra, taquito,
I never know what you're gonna do.
I didn't know I was gonna do that either. It's probably an effect of that shit, man.
I never know what you're gonna do with those.
It's really starting to taste like metal too. I'm like, oh, so this is what it. I'm thinking it's like the taste. You know when you got shit at the bottom of the juice or whatever. It's like tasting a little bit different. As I'm getting down to it, I'm like, oh, this is. I'm tasting the turmeric now. That's what I. Whatever, man. I'm gonna throw that shit out after this podcast episode's over, man. Thank you for telling me that, though.
You don't shake the juice when you drink the juice,
bruh.
You let the fucking shit just drop to the bottom and you.
I mean,
you've been working on that turmeric joint for a minute because it was like the purple stuff was low.
Yeah,
but the turmeric was still real high.
That's because the boost. That was the immunity boost. The boost was sick, but it wasn't as nasty, bro. The turmeric tasted like grinded up deer ankles, bro. Like that shit is disgusting, man. But what's up, man? What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. Shit, just I don't know. I'm chilling, man. How about you?
You don't want to kick it to me because I'm gonna get right to it.
You want no? I think you should go first because the story I got to tell is.
All right, man. I'll start.
It's a doozy.
As far as my week went. Just kind of trying to capitalize off of the weight loss of the COVID and pneumonia ass whooping.
What?
Everybody's like, man, you look better though. Before your face was all fat and your head was rounded. I'm like, oh. Well, I'm like, whoa.
What?
Well, excuse me. Thank you. But it's like, of course I wanted to lose weight. I kept saying on this podcast, I want to lose 30 pounds and then the OnlyFans is coming, you know what I'm saying? Meat looks bigger, whatever. Cool. But I didn't want to lose the muscle in the process. And everybody's like, you still got a little bit of muscle or whatever. Come on, man. Whatever. I just been hearing a lot of that. So I've been trying to eat better and just run. Actually run. Like walk, jog, and run at the track. And my knees and ankles was just like, the fuck are you doing? And I knew this was gonna happen.
Predictable.
I'm like, yo, I have not ran in years. So I would do like 20 yards real quick, like, and I would stop, like, I would just slow it down and start jogging, man. And of course, my knees and everything was hurting, but I just been trying to keep at that, stick with the gym and everything. But other than that, yeah, we were supposed to do the podcast on Friday, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody
came through. Ray came through. Shout out to Ray. You know what I'm saying? Let me give him the proper shout out. Shout out to Ray.
Yay!
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
he made his signature Silvertons.
Oh yeah, that drink. I can't really tell you what's in it, but yeah, if you want to be on the podcast, you got to pay, and maybe Ray will make you a drink. It's delicious.
Hell yeah, it's a 2-drink minimum to be on the pod. You have to pay Ray directly.
And I want to ask, yo, did you drink mine? Because no, I had a cup.
You had a cup on the floor. I had a cup on the table.
I did,
and my cup was on the table.
I did not finish it, man. And
I didn't finish mine. I poured mine out in the sink. Not that ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey Ray, don't fucking take what I said in anger.
No, you're done. You poured my fucking drink out.
I poured it on the sink because it was so fucking late. It was like, yeah, I mean, I was sipping it all night, and it was just like, I'm about to leave. I wasn't trying to chug it before I fucking left.
Yeah.
So I just dumped it. You know what I mean? But not in a disrespectful manner. Ray, I fuck with you. The drink was amazing. Shout out to the Silverton. Shout out to the Immune Booster. Nigga that makes some good drinks. He's a mixologist.
Definitely was good. He's still not going to buy that apology.
Fuck. I didn't dump it because it was nasty, nigga. I dumped it because I was being responsible.
It don't matter. I mean, we know it was good because somebody stole and drank the rest of mine. But anyway.
It definitely wasn't me.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, we were supposed to do the podcast or whatever. We talking, laughing, chopping it up as friends do. And y'all started watching me play Resident Evil.
Oh, God.
And I'm playing it on the side TV, you know what I'm saying, while y'all having conversations, and then everybody starts to focus. And then like, yo, you should be doing this. You should be. I'm like, you know what? All right. So I put it on the big TV, the 75-incher, you know what I'm saying? And that's when the criticism began, man. Everybody is giving their fucking input on how I should play the game. Now, I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty of this game. This is Resident Evil 8 that I'm playing. The hardest difficulty is called Village of Shadows. Translation, you ain't gonna beat this shit, get your ass whooped. So I do my best to unlock all the extra content, get the best guns in the game. It still don't make a difference. The zombies, they be starting like this. Like, well, for the people that ain't watching the video, they start real slow, and then all of a sudden they just start Harlem shaking, and then they just run full speed like Maurice Green right at you. And I'm
sliding like Usher.
And it's crazy. And the Barry Sanders jukes are off the chain.
Unreal.
Matrix style Neo type shit in full whatever. It's insane. But me being the real person that I am, you know what I'm saying? I took the aim assist off. I don't want any assistance with the aim. And if you play shooting games, you understand that aim assist, it'll kind of follow the enemy that you're trying to shoot for a couple seconds and then basically say, okay, now you're on your own. I don't want none of that. I'm me, bro. I'm a handle this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I decided to do.
That's not a good idea.
Everybody's hating on me. Everybody is hating on me. I'm shooting it. You're not even shooting shit. You're shooting at the wall. What are you doing?
Bruh, I'll tell you, me watching this motherfucking nigga shoot, the doors had it.
Bruh.
I don't know if the doors were zombies too, but he was shooting them like they was enemies. I was like, dear God, nigga, throw the aim assist on.
Bro.
Just throw it on. This is Resident Evil. This ain't fucking Call of Duty. This ain't Battlefield, my nigga. This ain't Fortnite. Throw that motherfucking aim assist on and shoot these zombies, nigga.
You're right, but
you don't get no rewards for not using aim assist in Resident Evil.
You don't. But at the same time, bro, I just feel like it's switching it to easy mode or on any game. That's just not me, man. But whatever. It became a whole fucking 2-hour process of me getting my ass beat and battered by zombies, and we ain't do the podcast, so we're here now, man.
Go ahead, Lo.
But anyway, that was just one day. I do kind of want to, if I could have the floor a little bit longer.
Take it.
Okay. Okay, man. I've been kind of keeping it under wraps a little bit. I think I may have mentioned it a couple times, but I had a situation with a job from a hookup from someone, and I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to jinx it, and I just wanted to keep it on the low, man. But yeah, the job, it was a driving job, and I'm not really going to get into too much details of what the job did and what it was for and everything, but mainly the job was driving. And to be honest, the pay, the hourly rate was way higher than the chicken nuggets and pepper bits that I'm getting paid right now. So I was very excited about this job. I actually got a call about the job on the phone interview while I had COVID. So I was trying to fix my voice. I'm like, yeah, hello. I had shortness of breath, and I'm like, sounding stupid as fuck, trying to clear my throat. But I got through that interview, and then I was excited. They emailed me, and it was like, yo, when can you do the in-person interview? It's going to be a driving interview. And I was like, okay. I emailed them at the latest date possible because I'm like, if I don't get over this COVID pneumonia ass whooping, then it's over. But luckily I did. And fast forward. So I'm nervous as hell. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a driving interview. I can drive, bro.
Yeah.
I've been driving for years. I went to driving school. So I'm like, I need to get these jitters out of my brain. It, like, I know what I'm doing. I'm talking to people on the phone. They're like, you got this. It's driving, man. You've been driving forever, man. You got whips. And I'm like, I do. Of course I do.
Tight whips.
I'm like, come on.
Every day.
But I'm like, yeah, I got this, man. Let me get my shit together, man. So interview time comes up. Flag number one. I go to the wrong building. But I go to the building of the company. It has the company logo and name on the building. So I go to the building and I see somebody get in with a badge. And I'm like, yo, is this where they do the interviews at? They're like, no. It's around the corner and it says Uber Eats on the building. I'm like, what? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I literally run over there. I was so nervous, bro. It was like 80 degrees and I had a hoodie on. Mm-hmm. Like, I could not even think straight. But whatever. So I get to the building. I'm sweating a little bit. I wipe the sweat off. I'm like, I don't want to look like, you know what I mean, look crazy while I'm in here. And I punched in and did everything I was supposed to do. And then some guy comes out And he's like, hello, Josh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes. So he's asking me about the car, and he asked me that I ever drive a hybrid. And I'm like, no. He was like, okay, well, when you turn it on, it's going to sound very quiet, but just know that the car is on. And I'm like, okay. So we get in the car, and he's telling me all the rules and regulations of how they leave the building. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he's like, you got to honk the horn twice when you drive forward. You have to honk the horn once when you reverse. You have to have all the windows rolled down. I'm like, okay. And he was like, and you have to have your 4-way flashes on. I'm like, okay. As he's saying this, he's still continuing to tell me about the car. He's like, okay, well, he was like, the gears are right here. It's a knob. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking around in this unfamiliar car. So I turn the gears, and I'm like, I'm still nervous as hell. And then he's like, the emergency brake is right here. Cause I thought it was where it usually is when you step near the pedal. It wasn't. It was like a lift up flap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this car is so foreign to me. It's so unfamiliar. So I'm like, all right. So he teaches me all of that. And as he teaches me, I'm repeating what he's saying. I'm like, okay, so you said 4-way flashes. Got that. You said to roll the windows down. Got that. I said, and you said to also honk the horn twice as we leave. He said, yes. I was like, okay. So he was like, and you put it in drive like this. And he shows me. I put it in drive, and I'm like, okay. And I check the mirrors and everything. I look around, and he was like, and we're going to head out right here. So as he says that, I put it in drive. I honk twice, and we stop outside of the garage building. He's like, okay, do not drive anywhere until the door shuts. I'm like, okay. So the door shuts, and he was like, okay, I want you to make a left up here. I'm like, all right. So at this point, I'm like, this should be easy. This is just driving. I can't fail. So we continue to drive, and I feel like I'm doing great. I'm following the speed limits. I'm following all rules, all the signs of the road and everything. And this is what happens, man.
Predictable.
What?
This seatbelt alarm goes off. This seatbelt alarm goes off.
Click it or ticket.
Now, this whole entire job is about safety. Driving safety. Safety belt. Now, this wasn't the driver's test. Like, you know how when you take the driver's test for your license, if you don't put your seatbelt on, you automatically fail. I'm 30 years old. I haven't took the driver's test since I was 17. Do the math. That is 13 years ago. So, honestly, when I get in the car now, I'm going to ask you, do you put your seatbelt on first, immediately?
I do something different. I have the seatbelt already into my seat belt.
So the alarm doesn't go off.
Yeah, but I don't put it on.
You don't put it on. That's what most people do, to be honest. Now, I'm not saying that that's right. It's not right.
It's not right at all.
You should put your seatbelt on, and you should practice safety. But for me, I should have knew. I'm doing the invincible right now. You know, they don't know what that is, but whatever. I should have knew to put my seatbelt on, and I felt like a fucking buffoon when that alarm went off.
Failure.
That's all that was playing in my head. I'm like, I failed. I really failed. But when I looked over at the guy, he's kind of like looking out the window, and it looked like his focus was on something else. So when the seatbelt alarm goes off, he doesn't look at me. He doesn't say a word. In my head, I'm like, oh no. I'm like,
Oh no.
so I grabbed the knuckles. Oh no. So I grabbed the seatbelt. I put it on, and I'm like waiting for him to say, okay, make this turn back around to the building or whatever. But because I thought it was over. But I continued to drive. Everything was smooth. And the second part of the interview, he basically just wanted me to point out obstacles in the road that may interfere with somebody that's driving or whatever. So that was just a computer typing part in the passenger. Everything went smoothly. And when we got back to the building, he was like, it was nice meeting you, blah, blah, blah. We'll be in touch. If they call you, they'll call you at this time, but it's the weekend, so whatever. He gives that whole spiel, and I didn't have any sign that I failed. But when I walked out of the building, I just was like, the seatbelt, the seatbelt, the seatbelt.
Failure.
And I couldn't get it out of my brain, and I just was like, I failed. I know I failed. So I called my cousin who works for the company, and I'm like, bro. He was like, so how did it go? I said, it was easier than what you said it was. He didn't make me do all the shit that you said was going to happen. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, but I didn't put my seatbelt on. He was like, I'm pretty sure that's automatic fail. I was so hurt. I wanted to just lay in the street and cry and get ran over. And I don't even think it would have killed me, and I would have got mad. I would have screamed at them to do it again.
What? Reverse.
So
Reverse.
So basically, I failed on an opportunity that was going to be great for my life, and I'm very mad about it. I'm very angry. I took caution in telling certain people about it because, to be perfectly honest, it's such a stupid mistake. It's like, yo, how do you get a job opportunity driving, and the main theme of the job is about driving safety, and you didn't put your seatbelt on? And to be perfectly honest, man, it was because, one, I'm not used to putting my seatbelt on my own car, and that's not good. That's not good, and I know that, but I'm honestly not. And getting in the car, he's teaching me about this new car that I've never driven before. Mm-hmm. So it's foreign to me. So when he's teaching me about the gears, showing me where the four-way flashes is and the emergency brake, and the procedures that you have to go through to get out of the building, honk the horn twice, roll the first two windows down, it's like, I'm overwhelmed thinking about all of this stuff. My brain wasn't like, okay, seatbelt. I wish you would have said that, but I mean, whatever. I guess that was part of the test.
Yeah.
And I failed, man. My cousin said I could reapply in a couple months, but I'm just so mad because I feel like I had that job in the bag.
Well, you told me this story a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe what I said back then, I was probably wrong, because I said, excuse me, that there's no way something so trivial, not trivial, but you know what I mean? It's like people forget their seatbelts all. God damn, yo.
It's that White Claw gas. Maybe you got to do it. Yeah.
God damn. Fucking
y'all don't get it twice.
But maybe that, like, there's no way. Like, people forget their fucking seatbelts all the fucking time, right? And I understand the idea of the job itself, but like something as simple as forgetting a seatbelt, like it's something you do even if you do it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to forget sometimes. So that's what I said, but it's been a little while. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe them niggas was really like looking out for that. Like,
yeah, they were looking for every single safety fuck up, every single one, and the seatbelt is the first one, I guess, and they feel it's the most important, and it is one of the most important things when it comes to saving your life in an accident when you're driving. So, I mean, the lesson that I learned was a lesson I learned when I was about 6 years old. Put your seatbelt on.
Put it on.
And I'm pissed. And you gotta watch telling people bad news. Certain people, they just don't. They don't put themselves in your shoes, and they don't think ahead. Meaning the response that they give is just immediate impulse, whether it be comedy or just shunning you. Sometimes you just gotta watch who you tell. I called a particular person, and what did they do? Oh, damn, how the fuck did you do that? You're dumb as hell. This shit like that. And I'm just like, look, I know that. That's probably how I would have responded in my brain. But hearing it out loud, I'm not in the mood for this. So I'm going to go. Goodbye. Click. And that's why I held it in. But I mean, whatever. Some weeks have went by, man. Everybody killed me. But if you do want to fight, I do live at 630. It's like, no. But yeah, if you say some shit in the comments and I know you and I see you next time, I don't know what's going to happen. It's not a threat. Might be. Who knows?
What? Come on, man.
I'm sensitive
Don't
to this shit.
Don't hurt nobody.
Nah, man. That pisses me off.
Geese, don't hurt
Because
him.
you know how hurt
Don't
I am
Geese, don't hurt him.
from this fucking missed opportunity. I'm so pissed, man. I'm sitting here looking at this camera, smiling and laughing now, but that shit really, bothers me, especially when I walk back into work to receive the pepper and bacon bits of a paycheck that I receive now.
Predictable.
But whatever. I guess I just got to keep looking and keep trying, man.
Well,
Nothing else to say about that.
I'm no stranger to failed opportunity too. Your story actually makes me.
Is this recent?
No, it's not recent.
All right.
This
Just had
happened.
to ask.
This happened maybe 2 years ago,
Okay.
3 years ago.
Right.
So yeah, I make beats, right? I mean, if y'all didn't know, I make beats. And
Nah, fuck that.
What?
Nope, fuck it.
What?
Look, man. Hawk doesn't like to talk about this, right? If I had to make a comparison, okay, so we got, I guess we can go NBA. Can we go NBA? All right. Kevin Durant. He's exceptionally great at basketball. Everybody knows it. The only difference is everybody doesn't know that he's Kevin Durant. It sucks to know that your friend is Kevin Durant. And he doesn't like to. It just
What?
he makes exceptionally professional beats. He's not this local nigga, man. He make beats, rinky dink, like no. When his beats are playing, you're like, oh, who made this? Or this is a new so and so, or this is. And he's like, nah, I made this. A couple times I thought he was lying. You my boy, bro. I ain't gonna stunt. I was like, this nigga's lying. He didn't make this beat. I kept it to myself. I think I was eating. I'm like, this nigga's lying. Like, I can't believe he would fucking lie to his nigga like that. We've been friends for so long. He's really lying to me. Like, this is an Alchemist beat, or this is a Knife Wonder beat, or some shit. So, come to find out, you really made this beat. My heart dropped. And don't take this the wrong way, but I'm like, we rich. It's not even my talent. It's not even my talent, but I'm like, we rich. This is my ace nigga. He knows I never stuck around being friends with him for some type of fucking
monetary,
person.
yeah,
Some type of gain. But it's like, we that close. I know if I get rich, he gets rich too, and he knows that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, shit, we there. But whatever. I just had to get that out. But you do piss me off because you hide that talent, and I feel like that talent should be pushed. But I can't tell you how to use your talent. So whatever.
I suck, and that story even goes even fucking deeper. And that's not what I'm not trying to delve. Just basically, I don't know how to sell. The beats are my babies, and I can't let my babies go. So I just hoard my babies, and niggas will offer, and they want them, and they want to rap to them, and maybe I'll be like, you're not good enough to play tag with my kids.
But I understand. I understand that. When you have certain artists reach out to you and then they don't fit what you want your creation to be. Because it's basically if you make a beat and the artist is the finishing touch of your beat, the type of music that you listen to, could I say an artist? Should I say one?
Yeah, whatever.
They ain't listening to it. You don't want to make a beat and then a fucking little Uzi comes on your beat and it's like, I would prefer to have Conway or
Ransom,
Benny or Ransom on this, and I got Uzi. It's gonna make you feel some type of way, like, ugh. Like, this is not what I make my beats for. Little Baby and Da Baby and no, where's Cole at? Like, so I definitely understand that. I understand that aspect of it.
Yeah, well, I make decent beats. They're pretty good. And years ago, about 3 years ago, actually no, I would say 4 starting is the start of this. And this is a story that haunts me to this day. I have the fucking receipts right here. So I make this one beat. If you would like to go to my SoundCloud, it's RockHawk412. You can take a look at just really old beats, that I posted years ago. But one of the beats on there. It's called Amped Up. And if you listen to that beat, it's a really good beat. It's fucking fire.
Thank you. Finally, speak the truth, man. Shit.
A particular prominent master of the producerial arts reached out to me on Instagram about 4 years ago. I posted that beat, and he reached out. And this is when I wasn't active on Instagram at all, dumbass. I wasn't active at all. So actually, I was so not active, it took me a year to even find out that this person even jumped in my DM. So imagine my fucking surprise. Again, we are talking stories of regret. Imagine my surprise when I opened up my Instagram app and I noticed this legend, this god of a producer, DMing me, a random nobody from Pittsburgh, talking about a beat that I made a year ago, and him saying, you know, what the fuck? Like, exclamation points, what the fuck? I need more. He says this to me. I squander this, right? So I see it. I don't see it till a year later. Okay, check this out. So if I can put this up to the cam, you might be able to get a sense of who. I don't know if y'all can see. So that's Timberland.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's Timberland. He reaches out to me in July 13th, 2017. What? He reaches out to your boy, right? I don't see it until the next year, July 15th, 2018. What? I see his message for a split second. Literally, it lasts 3 days. What the fuck? This is crazy. I fucking need more from you. He says to me. I'm going nuts. I send him back 3 question marks and a LOL. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then he deletes the fucking post.
No, this isn't happening.
So I must have waited so long to get back to him. It must have hit his pride. Like, it must have hit him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking Timberland, nigga. I'm telling you that you created beyond greatness. I'm telling you, sir. Random nobody from Pittsburgh. I'm telling you, you created something that has made me get out of my fucking seat. It has made me get out of what I was doing to message you. And you took so long to respond to me? Fuck you, nigga. And I sit here and I keep this in my phone as a daily reminder of how much of a fucking dickhead I am. A fucking, just a bitch. A fucking scared ass little pussy. Afraid to give up his beats. Afraid to fucking do anything with his musical talents. I keep it there to remind myself that, one, that I am good enough to be somewhere with this, and also that I'm also a fucking idiot. I'm one of the dumbest niggas on the planet. So I know how you feel. Not saying that you're one of the dumbest niggas on the planet. I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm not saying
fuck
that.
No,
I'm not saying that,
No,
bro.
you don't gotta say it, bro.
My nigga.
I had a job about safety and driving, and the first thing you're supposed to do is put your seatbelt on, and I didn't do it, and I failed. And if, like I said, if you want,
Predictable.
Timberland reached out to me like, yo, this is fucking crazy, this beat you made. I need to hear more. And all I had to do was say, oh, here you go. Here's a batch. And it could have sparked who knows fucking what.
But you know what's different in this situation, bro? You said you didn't see it. You didn't see it for a while, and that's not your fault.
It took a whole year.
But that's still not your fault. Not seeing an opportunity, that's a little different. Having the opportunity and then ruining it.
What? No, this isn't happening.
Every time I get in the car and drive, I'm reminded. You said you have to go and look at that message to be reminded. Me? All I have to do is go somewhere.
No, I squandered something that Lord knows what it could potentially turn into. Being an apprentice under Timberland's wing, who the fuck knows what monster it could have created?
And that's the thing.
You know what I mean? And I'd feel like a fucking idiot for not being social media savvy enough to fucking, you know what I mean, just be on my shit. Like I made an Instagram, posted like 3 pictures, didn't even look at it again for years. Cause I just, you know what I mean? I just didn't understand the interaction of it. I post a picture and niggas comment on it. What type of dumbass shit is that? That was my brain. So I did that. I would post videos on there of my beats and stuff. Niggas, I'll get like a couple likes here and there. You know how the fucking social media works. You get 3 likes and a bunch of fucking promote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's all. I was like, this is all it is. Even my niggas ain't even fucking commenting on my shit. What's the fucking point of being over here? I'm gonna just post on Facebook, stay on SoundCloud, and that's where I was getting my fucking love. Man, if I'd have just opened up my fucking Instagram app a little bit fucking sooner and saw that this nigga messaged me, and like I said, I seen his message for 2 days. 2 days, I saw the actual message, and then when I finally worked with the courage, like, what? Yo, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it was just like, oh, you? Delete. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, it's been a year. You know what I mean?
But this is the thing, man. I mention celebrities in my stories. They respond.
Yeah.
They might not. Sometimes they might not respond. Sometimes they read it. There's a settings in Instagram where you can put it to the point where it doesn't show you that you read a message. So you might send somebody a DM and it looks like they left you on read, or just because it doesn't say seen 3 hours ago or whatever, you get the impression that they didn't look at it. But that's not always true. I tagged a particular rapper, and he posted my story. But when I went back to look through the messages, it didn't say seen or none of that. So basically, I say that to say this, man. If I were you, I would send him a link to my SoundCloud. I would send him a link to my YouTube page. I would send him a link to my Facebook page. And he would get flooded with beats, maybe beats that are similar, or just newer beats, or better beats, or beats that are of the same caliber of the one that he blew his load to, and just continue to just flood him every day. Eventually, he's going to be like, yo, I'm getting sick of this guy. What is he? And just look at it. Or even better yet, I would premise it with taking a picture of that message that he said, and then just flood it. We need to get rich, man. I fucked up with the job.
What? No,
Help me.
You know, Timberland has a Twitch, and on his Twitch he hosts like these amateur listen sessions, right?
I seen that. I told you.
So I jumped in. I jumped in. I paid my motherfucking fee or whatever. I was in there for like 3 months, and every night it was like he did it like maybe 3 times a week. I would be in there sending beats, but always had the one beat that he went crazy over in the batch. Sending for like 3 months. And I was like, man, you know what? It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? I guess it's just not fate. And I unsubscribed, took my money back. Like, I can't pay this nigga whatever amount a month just so I can not get picked to hear my beats. So I just backed out of it and was like, fuck it. I'm going to just go back to my cave and hoard my beats like Scrooge McDuck.
You can't hoard. They're too good, man. Everybody knows I like to draw, right? My drawing talents are not extreme level to the point where I feel, I don't know. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good, but at the same time, I feel like there's certain aspects of art where you have to be at a certain level to actually get some sort of revenue with it. But I mean, art is art. Everybody views everything different. It's perspective. So at the same time, what I'm saying could just be complete bullshit, and I could be better than what I think I am. But the talent that I have, I don't think it's at the level of instant cash. I really do believe, honestly, it's a mental block, and it's an anxiety thing, and it's a fear. It's a lot of things that's just basically your head, your brain. I know for a 100% fact, if I had your talent or I had your beats and I owned them and this was me, I would be rich. I'm not hating on how you're going about it, but I know that I would have made money already. This is guaranteed. What? This is like fucking like Mike. When Bow Wow seen the kicks and was like, yo, these is Jordans. What? He put them on and was like, ah! And all of a sudden, he was a fucking beast in hoops. Like he didn't have to think about shit. He didn't have to do nothing. Every play was just a situation that Jordan was in, and he was cooking and baking niggas, dunking on them and everything. He just had Jordan talent. So it's like, yo, I don't even have to be good at this. It would be the same thing. If there was a pair of headphones and they said H's on each side, I was like, yo, these are Hawks? Yeah! And all of a sudden, I'm in there making beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be rich, bro. this talent that you got, you know what I'm saying? We've had this conversation a couple times, and I know you might be thinking like, man, this is one of my best friends, man. He just saying this shit just because we're friends or we're cool. Hell no. You've made beats that I don't like at all. And you've made beats that I don't believe you've made because they're so fucking good. So I pray that you get the courage and the whatever it is that needs to push you. If y'all are watching this, please flood his DMs, his messages, steal his number from somebody. Go listen to his shit first so you know that what I'm saying is true. And some of the shit y'all can't even hear because he hoards it. You're not gonna hear it because he creates works of art and then it's just like, no one will hear this. Like, what the fuck is this, man? This is legit. Like, just imagine a local basketball player secretly inviting Dame Lillard, fucking Kevin Durant, LeBron, and everybody to his fucking secret cave. Don't tell nobody. Shuts the door, shits on all of them. They're mad as fuck. They're walking out. They're like, man, why don't you try out, man? What the fuck is that? That is bullshit. But whatever, man. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do, bro. I can't. So,
well, thanks, man. I guess. Yeah. Sorry for being me.
I wish there was. I wish there was a sound bite.
You're pissing me off.
We need to make one, man.
You're pissing me off.
We need to, man. Fuck.
Well, that was just my story piggybacking off of your non-success. I also had one.
Yeah, man.
But your week, man, that was what else happened? I know you was out there in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you was gonna tell this story or not, but I feel like it's a good story to tell.
All right. It's cool. I'll tell it. You motherfucker. Anyway, so yeah, my friends, they wanted to go out to eat. So we went out to eat. It was cool, had a nice meal. And they're like, yo, we're gonna head down to this bar. I'm like, bar/club. And I'm like, okay. That's not really me. Like, if you know me, you know that you've probably never really seen me in these places. And when you have, you seen me with this particular group of friends because that's what they enjoy. And that's cool. But me, no, I'm super all the way nerd. Homebody. All I want to do is lift, get into filth, and watch anime, play video games. You know, so I'm in the crib. I'm an in the crib type guy. And when I drink, I like to drink at get-togethers. I'm not really a bar hopping dude. Mm-hmm. So anyway, whatever. I'm with my friends, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So we went to this bar/club, and we're in there for a little second. And what we realized is we were in the wrong one that we intended to go to. So we're like, oh, this ain't it. We're going to head out to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So my friend walks out. And you know the little ropes, the little barricades that just section shit off so you have to stand in the line?
Yeah.
So my friend B walks out one way and Meech walks out another way. But the way Meech walks out was ducking under the ropes. And I'm like, can you do that? And then I'm like, we're leaving. Who gives a fuck? So he ducks under. I duck under behind him. But as I duck under behind him, all you hear was, and I'm like, wait, what? I look down. I'm like, damn, you can see my nugget.
No, this isn't happening.
What?
And I'm like, wait. So as soon as it happened, I tapped Meech. I said, I'm out. He said, he like smiled last because he knew something. He knew some bullshit was coming. He said, what? I said, I ripped my pants and mouth. You know how you're laughing right now? That's exactly how he started laughing. So B walks up like, what's going on? I said, I'm out, bro. He like, what? Why? I said, I ripped my pants. I ripped my pants, man. And the crazy thing is, I wasn't even that mad I just was shocked. So I continue to say, I said, no, I'm out. Meech is still laughing. I said, no, I'm out, bro. I ripped my pants. Car drives by. A female screams out the window, "You ripped your pants? Let me see." We look at the car like, shut the fuck up. We don't say nothing. We just look at the car. God. I continue to walk and I ignored it because I'm like, if I pull my meat out, what you really gonna do? So anyway, I look down at the rip and I'm like, yo, is it really as bad as I think? And B looks down. He's like, yeah, it's kind of bad. If we go to the club and then the security checks you, they're gonna be grabbing your dick. And I'm like, man, you're right. I said, I'm out of here, man. So I left. I sat in the car and I just sat there and I thought, I'm not this thick. Like, I've been working on legs a little bit because my legs are like a little toothpicky. But I'm like, nah, man, I just can't believe it. So it was just a big rip in the crotch area. And all I heard, I just kept hearing in my head, SpongeBob turned into a clown. Because that's from the song, ripped his pants. And I was just like how? Like, I ripped. The stupidest shit happens to me. And got home and I just realized, I'm like,
no, not for the camera.
This is a little bit too big to be walking around with. You know what I'm saying? My meter just fall right out of this.
Both nuts are
both nuts.
Both nuts are saying hello with those.
Can you imagine security pat me down and just grabbing my nuts? Hey, fam, what is this? Those are my balls. Those are my balls, sir. Man, why you get your man? What? So yeah, after that, I just was like, I don't know why does all these things happen to me, man? I just drove home. I didn't drive home to get new pants. I just drove home because I felt like a failure, man. And I sat on the couch.
Failure.
Didn't even turn nothing on at first. Just stared at the wall.
But traumatized.
Yeah, that's how my week went, man. I just want to thank you again for telling me about that fermentation and that carrot juice. Though.
Oh yeah, stop drinking it, bro. It's going bad.
I was gonna have a good sip after that.
It's going bad. Get another one and refrigerate, my nigga. Pour it in a cup first. Like you carry the bottles like Ciroc and fucking Grey Goose. This ain't no fucking Diddy video, nigga. Get a cup and make sure the rest of it is refrigerated.
I know, but my brain just was not thinking to refrigerate the drinks because I'm like, you can sit some drinks out. You know what I'm saying?
Not juice, and not juice like that because it's like it's from the shit.
Yeah,
just imagine a bunch of carrots and turmeric and what was the other? It was carrot, turmeric,
and ginger.
Oh God, that shit was probably gross, huh?
Yeah, it tastes like. I mean, I'm not going to keep getting into these crazy descriptions, but it's disgusting.
Oh man, that sounds nasty. Well, fuck, man. Well, I have another tale to tell.
Well, please do.
This one is going to get put the kids to bed.
Oh, shit.
Now, the only reason I'm telling this story is because I asked permission to tell this story, and she said it's okay, so I'm going to tell this motherfucking story. So, a little while ago, I had sexual relations.
Okay.
Okay. But okay, let me preface this story with this. How do you feel about animals? Don't say it. Stop. Don't say it. I don't want to get canceled. Say it in the most polite way that you can possibly say how you feel about animals.
Okay. My name is Joshua Rash. I go by Geese or Josh. Please don't just call me Rash. We're not in the Army. How I feel about animals. I'm a human.
Mm-hmm.
I like certain humans. And I value our level of brain power to be able to communicate, to be able to speak, to be able to say what we want, say what we don't want, say what we like, say what we enjoy. It's clear when we speak, whatever native tongue that we speak, the other person can understand. I want to say I have a strong dislike for animals because they can't do that. Now, you can teach certain animals to understand what you're saying, but you can't understand them. So when Grindel the dog starts to bark at the door, you can try to justify why Grindel's barking at the door. He heard something. He knows somebody's coming. But after you tell Grindel, stop, that's Grandma walking up the steps. You're hurting my ears, Grindel. He's not going to turn around and say, oh, my bad, I didn't know that was her. He's going to continue to bark. Sometimes Grindel may doo-doo on the carpet for no reason. He knows he's not supposed to doo-doo there. I'm not going to get deep into it.
Yeah, please.
But I do not like animals. I feel animals are on this earth to eat. That's it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good. And wow. But I wanted to say this. I don't really have any beef with animals. I would say dogs. I like the dogs that I like. Does that make sense? I like the dogs that I like. I don't like, you know what I mean? I'm an animal guy. I have empathy and sympathy, and I feel and I understand the plight. But when it comes to dogs, I just feel a little different, right? Because I feel like they're the most pampered of all. You know what I mean? Like they get the most fucking love. It's you have weirdos out there that like share memes like we're at a party, everybody else is interacting and fucking getting it cracking, but I'm laying right here with the dog patting his nuts. Like, why are you doing that? Like, you're a weirdo. You know what I mean? There's dog lovers like that. I'm not on that dog lover level, but it's enough for me to be like, I see you, pup. Don't come close to me, but hey, I acknowledge you. So I'm gonna start the story by saying this, like this particular human that I had fun with, she has a dog. Okay. And she is a dog mom, very good dog mom. You know what I mean? So much so that it's kind of like, all right, now, like, all right, like, okay, like, you know what I mean? But I don't knock her for it. She's a great dog mom. Her dog is extremely spoiled, very spoiled, and very, very fucking smart, dog. I'll say this. She has human characteristics. Like she knows what to do when she wants attention. She like makes frustrated noises like, like, you know what I mean? When niggas is taking too long, or she'll pout. Like, I mean, like she has a lot of human characteristics that make her, you know, who she is, the dog I'm talking about. And she's just a great dog. I love her. But this particular night, so I'll say the dog we're at her house, right? And this is the woman's house that we're at. We're at her house, and her dog has separation anxiety. So we get to the house, and as soon as we get to the house, this dog is going to bark. The dog is in the cage, but she's going to bark like crazy if she hears human interaction in the house. Meaning, like, nigga, let me out. Everyone, like, we're here. You're home. Let me out.
Okay.
So we get there, door open. Dog is going nuts because people are here. Let her out the cage. This dog has separation anxiety, meaning every fucking room and corner and inch, centimeter, meter, whatever the fuck measurement of distance you want to fucking use, this dog is trailing right behind her dog mom. Doesn't matter where she goes. Everywhere she goes, the dog is behind her. Can't separate. You can't close the door behind you with her outside the door, because then the dog will bark like crazy. She lives in an apartment. She lives in an apartment, like a duplex complex. Really nice. Really, really fucking nice. And but the walls are thin, and if that dog starts barking, you're going to get a knock on your door, or you're going to get a police officer to your door. That type of fucking deal. So we have to bring her along. We have to bring her along. This is why she's in the room with us while we're about to get ready to do what the fuck we're about to do. So we're about to get ready to do what we're about to do. We get to doing what we're doing, and the whole time, I would say my friend kind of has her eye on her dog, because in this particular room, she doesn't want her dog in because there's nice carpeting. And again, the dog is very smart. If she wants attention, if she feels mad, if you know, whatever, you know, she'll do things like, so like just shitting on stuff, or just shitting in general, is a payback to this dog. Meaning like, hey, you're ignoring me, shit. Or you're not giving me enough attention, shit. You're taking too long to take me out for my walk, like even by the minute, shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like this dog is like, I mean, she's a fucking diva, this dog. For real. Like pampered. You want me to eat that? Like like just this dog is she's adorable dog, but she is just a diva. And we're in this room, we're in this dog forbidden room, and the whole time we're getting, we're getting juicy. I can kind of tell that her attention isn't really on the activity. It's like watching the dog kind of pace the room because she's nervous that she's going to squat and poop because the dog's not getting attention. So I'm like, all right, this is getting a little too much for me because it's like I never had to deal with this. Like when it comes to animals and sexual activity, that sounded crazy.
What?
No, this isn't happening.
Clean it up.
When it comes to animals being around you having sexual activity with another human,
There we go.
100.
I'm not privy to that. Get the fuck out the room.
Exactly.
Go to your cage. Go to your respective area. Go to your corner. I don't fucking know. You're not going to be in this room with us while I'm fucking eating ass.
Pause. Why do the owners not respect that?
Well,
It's like they don't give a fuck. They just totally ignore that because I was in a similar situation and it's like, get your dog out of here. I'm pounding your cheeks to oblivion. And the dog is like trying to take notes, staring at me. Get her out. But my bad. Continue.
Well, that's why I prefaced the dog's ailments before. You see what I'm saying? Because her separation anxiety. If we were to leave her in her cage while we did this, or to close the door behind us and she just out in the
right, you just said that.
she would lose her fucking brain.
Okay,
because she knows that mom is home, and she's just she's one of those little.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So
one of the yippers, the ones that are extremely annoying that you just want to kick, and hug at the same time.
Okay.
One of them.
So for your situation, this makes sense for that to happen.
Exactly. So
Okay.
she's in the room
Gotcha.
with us while we're getting dirty. And, like I said, my partner, she was kind of, she was in the moment and out the moment because of the dog. I was in the moment and out the moment because of the dog. More so because the dog was just doing a lot. So, we get to a particular thing that I like to do, it's time to eat. You know what I mean? And
100.
I'm a ground and pound type of dude. I like the dude on I'm a floor type of gorilla pimp type nigga. You know what I mean?
Say hello to that round mound of pound.
Man, we on the floor with it. So I got them legs, elbows and knees. You know what I mean? And I'm chewing. And I'm going to town. This is my favorite activity. We're finally getting to it. You know what I mean? And she's my friend, she's into it, but she's also doing this, making sure the dog ain't fucking doing nothing she ain't supposed to do. So I'm like, damn, she's fucking up my shit, like, you know what I mean? So I turn the degrees up a little bit. You know what I mean? I hit a level earlier than, you know what I mean? It's kind of like I gradually increase. So I just zoom just to get her mind back onto I'm down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she finally gets into it, right?
You turned it up.
Yeah. So she gets into it. And I'm into it now because everybody's jiggy. We totally forget about the dog in the room. Completely forget about the dog in the room. We don't know where is, but we're not even thinking about where. Like I said, see how I said the fucking dog's name.
That's cool. We can bleep it out.
I'm going to bleep that. So we forget about. We totally forget where the dog is in the room. I'm not thinking about the dog no more. I'm a pleaser. You know what I mean? I love the reaction. You know what I mean? I love satisfying. You know what I mean? And she's going crazy. She's loving it. You know what I mean? And we're just having a time. Well, the way that I'm positioned, right? Elbows, knees. So my ass is up. I mean, I'm on the floor.
You eating? Yeah.
I'm eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, respect.
And we're both butt ass because it's butt ass time. You know what I mean? And we lose sight of. We don't know where is. And I keep saying the dog's name. but I'm gonna bleep that too. I'm gonna add the little boops. But we lose sight of the dog, but we're not thinking about the dog. Then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, unprovoked, unwanted, and completely unnecessary, there's a knock on my door. And by knock, I mean...
I thought y'all were at her crib.
We're at her crib. And let me explain. I said there's a knock. There's a knock at the door.
What?
And by knock, I mean... gave my asshole a strong Tootsie Roll. How many licks till it take to get to the center of the fucking asshole pop? This dog.
Yo, what?
No, man,
this isn't happening.
I totally lost track of the dog. She lost track of the dog. The dog was behind me, and she licked the fucking. It was a powerful lick on my ass. Ho, as Papa Gump would say. So immediately, I spring up. Ha! What? I say, whoa! I grab the dog. I push the dog. Oh, shit! I'm like, I say, dog, and I grab her and I pull her away from me.
Yeah.
And then I look at her. I look at her mother, and I'm like, we're done. We're done here. Oh, we're done. It's over. Wrap it up. It's over. Flag on the play. It's over. I've been violated. I've been raped. I don't know if you had this planned, but we're done. The dog licked my ass.
I'm gonna just say one thing, bro. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. You handle situations better than I would. If that would have happened to me.
What?
Predictable.
I grabbed the dog. I'm sorry, bro.
I can't do that.
Even if it's not my dog.
She don't know what the fuck she was doing. She's a dog. I guess she's sniffing ass, and she saw an ass, but it was the licking part I didn't understand. And well, go ahead.
See, don't get the wrong impression. So, if I come to your house, unless you have a Tyrannosaurus Rex sized dog that is known for aggression, like a pit bull or a Rottweiler or something like that, just a big aggressive dog that people use on sitcoms to scare people, you don't have to put the dog away. You live your life. You view your dog as your family. You don't have to put the dog away because I'm there. I'm not saying nothing like that, because that's kind of like, oh, I'm coming over. Tell your kid to not come in the living. That's kind of crazy to me, because I know how people that have pets feel about their pets. But at the same time, when there's certain activities that's going on, dog gotta go.
I agree.
Dog gotta go. And
I agree.
Even if the dog has a certain behavior to him or her going, you as the dog owner have to get this animal in check. You can't just let your animal, just like you can't, people call their pets children. This is my son. This is my daughter. Like some people do that. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't just let your son or your daughter do anything. You can't just let your pet just do anything. If your pet does something it shouldn't do, there are ways to discipline the animal. I'm pretty sure they have classes for that. But if you just let your pet do anything, all you do is shower your pet with love. But you don't discipline your pet in any circumstance, it's a L. The dog will start doing whatever the fuck he or she wants.
Like licking my ass.
Like,
and see, I hear what you're saying, but it was more so, you know me, I have a motto, man. There is nothing, not a goddamn thing
I know where this
that
is
will
going.
stop me
Predictable.
from the mission. If you say that your dog has separation anxiety and the dog has to be in a room with us, as long as this equals my tongue on your ass, I don't care. But what happened was it was dog tongue on my ass.
See, I mean, not to say like you deserved it, because I feel for you for that situation. That's terrible.
I don't know what lesson I was supposed to learn for that. All I know is I walked away like completely confused. And I don't mean confused like, damn, that felt good. How do I feel? How do I feel about it? Peanut butter? Peanut butter? No peanut butter?
Shit, ew, man. Yo, what?
No, this isn't happening.
I'm gonna let this play.
There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
They needed the whole one on that one.
I'm fucking joshing. No, it was the start of something. Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah, it was the start of something that was supposed to be fun for the both of us. And as soon as things got fun, because we kind of took our minds off the pup, the pup came in and reminded us that it's still here. What? And then I was instantly flooded with feelings of like, why is this dog here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, like she's laughing because she's in disbelief. Mm-hmm. She don't believe me. She's like, what, where did it lick you? Like you're lying, da 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 da. And I'm like, no, man, this dog licked me directly on my asshole. Oh my like, no denying it. Like, that was a tongue and it wasn't yours. I'm not lick a tongue. I ain't no Pokemon. I can't wrap it around me. Greninja and shit. That's not me. Yeah. So I know it wasn't me. There's two humans and one.
No, it wasn't me.
There's two humans and one dog. The two humans were already engaged in something over here. We lost sight of the pup. Like I said, the pup reminded us that it was here. But on me, though. So I backed out of the box. You know what I mean? Wiped my face. And I said, oh, it's over. I said, we're done. It's over. It was over. Bone, all that shit turned in, like, it went invert. It was like, it was
yo,
like
you
this.
You got what happens to me when I would be in a new situation with somebody I've never played checkers with, intercourse. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I start thinking about the past, ex-girlfriends and unfamiliarity, if that's a word. And then just the nervousness kicks in. Now, I know how powerful my meat is when it's at full, you know what I mean? But I always think, what happens if it don't get there? And it just turns into that shriveled up microwave Tic Tac. I basically just have a box. That must have been what had happened when you felt that.
It was a flesh mound. Like a Ken doll. For real. Yeah. I think my balls went back up too. I was just like, yo, I've been raped before. We've talked about this on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to laugh at it because after the initial raping, it was okay.
Yeah. That's when the shorty pushed your head down. She, forcefully.
Yeah, forcefully made me. Yeah. I couldn't breathe. Yeah, I've been in situations where I've been violated, but this situation was the ultimate, the pinnacle, the top tippy of violation. I felt so used. I felt so dirty. I went to the crib and I took a shower and I paid close attention to my butthole.
Yeah.
With the soap and the rag. Because I was like, dog, this is not getting clean.
I'm not going to stunt, bro. That happens.
Because the dirt is mental.
If that happens, it is. It's like
the dirt is mental. It's dirty. I can't take my brain and go.
Yeah. It's like on movies when they murder somebody and the blood's on their hands and they be like, oh, they be in the shower like, ah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gone, bro.
It's gone, bro. That butthole has been licked.
I'm not going to stunt. If that happened to me, bro, I'm going to take some body wash. I'm going to take a bar of soap. And I'm going to just squeeze it in my ass and just Meg the Stallion keep clapping my cheeks, bro. I'm sorry. That shit. Because that shit got to go, man.
What? No, yeah. Well, that was, I don't know. To wrap it up, I got my butthole licked by a dog, completely on purpose for the dog. Accident for the people. Does that make sense?
Right.
Was it an accident?
Was it an accident, my nigga? Yes.
But I mean,
you didn't set it up for like.
I didn't set it up. I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is the dog took advantage of me.
Yeah, correct.
It saw an opportunity to strike, and it struck, and now I feel some type of way. Now, I don't give a fuck about how anybody feels about hearing this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man. Pray for me. Pray for my friend, even though she was fucking dying. And I even then I felt, that's when I felt a little angry, right? It was a little anger because it was like, this is your dog. This is your dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she's extremely spoiled, this dog. And I'm just like, she's in here with us. You know what I mean? Not to say I don't want the dog in. I don't want the dog in here with us. Yeah. I'm gonna just say it. I didn't want the dog in there with us.
Of course not.
But there's certain things that the dog has been through that gave her this separation anxiety because it was a rescue.
Okay.
So the dog has been through some shit. So it's like it still hasn't separated. I guess human from human. Mm-hmm. Its previous human to the new human that it has now. So I understand why the dog was in there, but man. Ever since that night, I don't give a fuck if it's in a tank. I don't give a fuck if it's a fish. I don't care if it's a bird in a cage. It has to go out. It's got to go. It's got to go. I don't want to hear scraping while I'm humping, or I don't want to hear like sniffing or none of that shit. Like I'm traumatized by this. You know what I mean? It's like we lost sight because we were having fun. And I think that's where I fucked up. Because I didn't have my eyes on the prize.
But don't keep saying lost sight, because you shouldn't have sight of the animal when you're doing what you were doing. That's not your fault. I mean, I can't really say it's anybody's fault, because how you explain the dog's traumatic history and how you explained what the dog does, and the owner knows that, it's not really her fault either. It was an acceptance of, okay, this is how we handle this situation with my dog because of how she responds. And everybody was accepting of it. Yeah. The dog, you and her. Mm-hmm. But while it was happening, y'all weren't supposed to be keeping an eye on the dog. You were supposed to be keeping an eye on the filth. And that's what was happening.
It was filthy.
But the dog was like, let me get some. And that's when it all got fucked up.
What? That's what she said.
But I do understand the anger part, though. Just like I said, you handle situations way better than me. Me, personally, when something happens and I'm angry and you laugh at me for being angry, one, I pause time. I stop. Okay, I'm mad, but the situation, if it wasn't me, would I laugh? Is the situation actually funny? Okay, cool. If it's funny, go ahead and laugh. But there's still more to think about after that. Was it your fault? Big key factor. Now, like I said, it really wasn't her fault. It's not. It's not her fault. She can't control what the dog is going to do. The dog is its own being. But at the same time, it happened because it's your dog. Okay. It's just like if I have a kid, right? I can't control my kid's brain. If you walk in the crib and my son walks up to you and punches you in the nuts, it's like, and I start laughing after you're like, my nuts. You don't do anything. I don't do anything I don't discipline my kid. I don't say anything to the kid. I just laugh at you because he punched you in the nuts and I think it's funny. I would expect you to punch me in mine. That's just how it is.
So the dog licked me in my asshole. So what, I have to lick her in her asshole now as payback?
I mean, If that's how you want to handle it.
I mean, that's something I do already. So where's the punishment come in?
Look, man.
I'm the only one that's punished here. Everyone else after the punishment gets prizes.
How do you feel? Do you feel her laughing was the proper response?
It wasn't an egregious laugh. It was like an anxious, nervous, like disbelief type of laugh. It wasn't like, ha ha, nigga, she ate your ass. Oh shit.
That people
what? You got your ass ate. Ah.
So
like, it wasn't like that.
Maybe I'm bringing my own experiences of life, and because that's how my situations are handled. It's usually that response, with no accountability, no nothing. I remember. I mean, short story. I remember shorty I was talking to, best friend comes over. She brings her son. I've never seen this kid a day in my life. He's never seen me either. As soon as he walks in, why you got all these games? I'm like, he's a kid. I ignore him because I'm instantly just like, I hate kids that don't have manners. They just, why you got all these games and stuff? Oh, look at these. He's grabbing my statues. I'm like, I just walk out. I walk into the other room. I come back in. He's eating some of the breakfast I just cooked. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he's old enough for me to say that. What are you doing? He's laughing. So, picks something up and throws it at me. I get hit. At this point, I'm like, there's no holds bar. I pick the kid up and acting like I'm play fighting with him, but I'm stopping myself from beating this kid. And then it just triggers me. I'm starting to think of how my dad used to act. He thinks every child is his. You do wrong around him, he's gonna whoop your ass. And I put the kid down, and I'm like, I look over at the mother. The mother's just laughing. I wanted to say, get the fuck out. Because it's like, yo, this is your kid. This situation is not nowhere near the same.
Yeah.
But it made me think of it a little bit. But I'm like, yo, I just wanted to say, get the fuck out. Why are you not saying anything to this kid after he's eating my fucking bacon? Like, you know, whatever. That story's done. But yeah, man, I'm gonna pray for the dog. Hopefully the dog didn't get turned up. Like, yo, that was fire. I can't wait till this nigga come back. Because, I mean, I remember when I ate ass and it was successful, I was like, I can't wait to eat that ass again. So hopefully the dog is not thinking that, man.
Please. Come on, Pop. Don't, man. I genuinely did not like it. It was one of the worst feelings of my entire life. It was just like, oh, wow, violate. Cool, and man. Everything went away. The feelings of horn, the feelings of porn, that shit just disappeared. It was straight scorn. I looked at her like, oh, it's over.
100.
And she's like, what? I'm like, I popped up out like, push the dog. And I was just like, she's like, what? And she's like, initially when I pushed the dog, she was just looking, her brain went straight to her dog. Like, oh, nigga, why you push her? Like, you know what I mean? Why you push her like that? And then I told her, I was like, nigga, she licked my ass. And she was like, oh, no, she didn't. She did not. And I'm like, man, there was a tongue on my butt. It wasn't yours. It wasn't mine. There isn't a third party in here but this fucking dog. We don't have ghosts. You got ghosts? You got ghosts? You got haunters in here?
Man.
Ha, 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 ha. Like, you got haunters in here with them long ass tongues? No, nigga. It's just us.
That's why I commend you, bro. I just had to say it again. You handle situations so much better than me, man.
I feel like my life sometimes is like an episode of fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I don't get.
What is it called?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. Okay.
And it's basically, you know, Larry David, and it's just like his life, and it's just filled with just shit happening all the time. It's like kind of like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, and that was definitely a Curb Your Enthusiasm moment where it was like, I swear, I wish humans had recording abilities in their eyes, or just ambiance in general. And we could just like be able to play this back to each other, like, yo, nigga, I got my ass licked by a dog, yo.
If we had a Fourth Wall compilation,
oh my god,
bro, mine's would be crazy. And I'm not even gonna stunt. I probably would have Jazzy Jeff this dog. You know, in Fresh Prince when Uncle Phil's just fed up, Jeff says something or Jazz. Jazz says something just so damn dumb or just something so insulting. It's like, all right, it's time for you to go. Shows that house. And you just see him. That would have been the dog, but it would have been through the window, and you would have heard. And that would have been it, man.
That's not funny. We don't hurt animals. Okay.
I don't have any animals to hurt.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man.
All right.
I got nothing else.
I ain't got shit else either, man.
So let's talk some more shit, I guess.
All right.
Well, speaking of more fucking violation, man. Let's talk about the NBA and these fans, man.
You would think that, I forget what that shit was called. They have a term or a name for it. It was like, was it called Rumble in the, I don't know. I remember when the Pacers beat the shit out of all the fans in the stands. Jermaine O'Neal did that super Mortal Kombat Ice Sub-Zero slide and punched somebody. I'll never forget that. And Ron Artest was just in there just
elbowing.
Just causing hell.
Predictable.
Just fists and elbows.
But I'm like, you'd think the fans would learn. Like, I mean, not to say that all the fans are related, but the fans are the fans. So it's like, you're sort of related. When you come to the game, you know that we are in the same category because we are the fans and they are the pros, that you just can't do certain shit, man. Especially to the professionals. What the fuck you doing? But, hey, man, explain what happened, man, because...
So, leaving out of the stadium, Russell Westbrook was being escorted out, not in any egregious way, but he was just walking out. And as he's walking out, just some popcorn cascades from obviously the stands all over his body. He looks up, he sees a nigga dumping, and then he just starts going crazy. Niggas got to hold him back. He's fighting to get through. He's talking shit. And everybody in the stands is pointing at the nigga that did it. You know what I mean? He did it.
And the thing is, look, I've been hurt before, right? Because he was being escorted out because he had an ankle injury.
Yeah.
And ironically, I am prone to ankle injuries. If we played a highlight of my life, compilation of me twisting my ankle, spraining my ankle, fracturing, it would probably be 2 hours. And this is the thing.
2 hours of
2 hours of 3-second clips.
Oh shit.
You know how much that has to happen for that to stretch that long of a duration?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So they were already losing the game and he got hurt.
Yeah.
When I get hurt, I get so mad, bro. I'm pissed because I can't do what I want to do in the future of the upcoming weeks, months, or whatever. I have to sit here and deal with this soreness. I'm just not me. So I'm furious. So just imagine you being in that type of situation. You're already getting your ass kicked professionally on TV. You get hurt. You know that you can't play because you're hurt. And then all of a sudden, Garfunkel in the stands is like, "You're a loser. You suck." And pours popcorn on your head. You're going to want to bust his ass.
Yeah.
You're going to want to, man. And you mentioned, like, what if it was cold? Go ahead.
You don't know what niggas got, man. So this nigga, you know what I mean, eating popcorn, you know what I mean, you gotta, you know, your hands is touching your mouth, you're probably licking your fingers because of the butter, you're dipping your hand back in the corn. You know what I mean? Who knows if Tone and or Namone.
Oh, not Namone. He's so strong. I'm sorry, Namone. I'm sorry.
Who knows if Tone and or Namone and their affiliates are fucking in that fucking bag. And he dumped it all over fucking Westbrook. You got COVID corn all over you. You know what I mean? You're mad. Your fucking ankle's fucked up. Like, again, you're doing exactly what you said. You're thinking about the upcoming weeks. You're thinking about the fucking time it takes. You're thinking about the stipulations and the fucking, you know, the situation that you're in. Just in the league itself. Like what position you guys are in, like in the fucking series right now. Man,
fuck it.
I'm whooping ass.
See, and that's the thing, though. I think Russell Westbrook's background, it kind of implements that he's, I would say, a hothead.
He's a hothead, for sure.
He's a hothead. He comes from that, you're not about to test me or disrespect me, and I'm instantly going to pop off. And, yeah, after all of that stuff built up, he was just like, all right, that's cool. You got to get it. And for some reason, this happens to him a lot.
It does.
So for this to always happen to me, I'm really going to flip out. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to black out and just rush. I've only done that once in my life and it didn't end well. But at the same time, if that moment that led to that kept happening, I'm probably going to keep blacking out. Like, bruh. And I don't know, me personally, I said this before. Me being a professional, it would be kind of hard for me because I know that I have to filter my dialogue. I have to watch what I do and say it all the time because I'm a professional athlete. Yeah. But there's just going to be times where I'm not going to be able to filter myself, and I'm going to have a filter bank account for fines and shit like this because I would have calculated in my brain, okay, whoop this fan's ass, $200,000 fine. He might sue. How bad I'm going to whoop his ass. Got $3 million. All right, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. And I'm I would have super jumped up there and slammed him.
Predictable.
Just a fucking fucking like a fine retainer, or you just got cash.
Yes,
stacked.
bro. You have to. They get paid millions of dollars. If I get paid $52 million for the year? What's putting 7 aside? Put 7 aside from when I break his nose, or when I just say I'm not showing up, or when I say to the interviewers after the game after I lost, I couldn't do an interview after I lost. What happened up there? We got our ass whooped. I'm walking off. That's it. Fine. I'll pay it. What would you have done in this situation?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You know me, man. I'm such a fucking passive person, man.
What? I mean, you are when it's regular, but get the fuck out of here.
I'm passive.
No, hell no. We ain't doing this shit.
I'm a passive person, man.
No, because when we went to the bar last time, you was the one. I'm a